Welcome back to another episode of Minnesota Wild. Be a GM here on Dynasty Central Sports using NHL 21. Thank you for joining us, and we are jumping into second round of the Western Conference playoffs in the NHL, the first playoffs of this series. We are the number one seeded team in the West, and Winnipeg is a very tough division rival. We took care of the Los Angeles Kings last episode. Take a look at that. We beat them in 6 games. And then we have the Winnipeg Jets. They won 4-1 last round. And so now we are going to take them on in a bitter 7-game series. So I'm going to sim the first 3 games. We're going to see how we do. And then from there, we're going to see the first game on the 27th against Winnipeg at Winnipeg. And then depending on how that game goes, I may sim game 6 and then see how we do in game 5 and then play game 6 or watch game 6 and then take a look at the stats so far of the first round. So let's see how game 1 goes for the Jets and Wild.
Let's go!
Win 3-1, and then we lose 5-2, and then we lose 2-1. So we're going to definitely watch this game. Hopefully we can come back and beat them in their own barn, come back, tie up the series. So we got the Winnipeg Jets. They're in their baby blue uniforms. We're in our white uniforms, and we're at the Bell MTS Place, which is the former home of the Manitoba Moose of the AHL, which actually was the former franchise of the Minnesota Moose of the IHL, the original one of the original expansion teams of the 90s for the IHL, the International Hockey League. They eventually moved up to Manitoba, be the Manitoba Moose, and they were a big team.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
We're in the first period, and Ryan Getzlaf, big hit along the boards, and now we got to fight with the worst camera work in history. We can't even see the fight. Somehow it's between Ryan Getzlaf and some other guy. I don't even know who he is. And let's see if we can win this one. At the bottom of your screen, get out the magnifying glass. It looks like Ryan Getzlaf, number 24 for the Jets. I don't even know who that is. Derek Forbort. That it is. Derek Forbort, and Ryan Getzlaf comes away with the win. It looks like he's threw his hands up. We are jumping ahead to the 12:50 mark. The Jets are on the power play with 1:55 still left in the PP. And there's a shot. Cam Talbot throws it back to Dumba. That's a pass up through the slot, and the Wild have it going into the Jets zone. Bones Bonino has it, clap bomb king, and Patrick Laine now skates it into the Wild zone. He passes that over. The Jets take a shot, and that's a rebound, and that's a goal for Nikolai Ehlers. The Winnipeg Jet Danish winger comes up big with his 3rd goal of the playoffs on the PP, number 27. He is, hey, fuck you about that sign. Sweep out the trash out of Winnipeg. Get fucked, sign. What is it with this game and signs? They're always trying to harass me. Look at that play. That's a nice pass from Blake Wheeler, and that goes right to the stick of Nikolai Ehlers, and he'll get a rebound goal, the 3rd of the playoffs for him, and he will get the Jets on the board for the first goal of this game. That's a whiteout in Winnipeg. Very, very famous whiteout. They started the trend of whiteouts, and they carried it on when they got the new franchise from the Atlanta Thrashers. Josh Morrissey with a nice shot on goal. We're at the 11:17 mark of the first. Wild have the puck into the Jet zone. They're still on the PK, the Wild is. Bones Bonino has it in the corner. He still holds on to the puck. Nice pass in front. That's a snipe from Nick Foligno, one of the guys we picked up at the trade deadline. Brother Marcus Moose Foligno, and Nick Foligno, his first playoff of the first goal of the playoffs, comes on the shorty. That sounds bad. And he will get the first goal, tie it up 1-1 as the Wild finally get on the board against the Jets. Patrick Laine doing his best defensive work. He's awful on defense, by the way. And so that's why Nick Foligno snipes that one. We got a party in the box as the Wild have 3 guys in the box, and Nick Bjugstad is all by him lonesome on the forward side. It's 5-on-3 action. Jets take a shot, and that's blocked by Jordan Greenway. Shot in front, and that's another goal for the Jets, as that was easy peasy. And they keep showing that fucking sign. That bitch with that sign is going to have to go down. Paul Stastny with his first goal of the season, in the playoff season, with another playoff power play goal for the Jets on this one. The Wild need to stay out of the box. Jordan Greenway with a just leaving the front of the net leaves Paul Stastny wide open in front, and that was easy as Cam Talbot was hung out to dry in that one. 2-1 for the Jets. Face off to the left of Cam Talbot at the 8:55 mark. Jets are still on the PP. Wild have a lot of penalties in this one. And there's a block shot. Scheifele with the shot, rebound, and that's another goal for the Jets, as that is Blake Wheeler, the former Breck High School of Minnesota, gets his fourth goal of the playoffs on the PP. He's the captain of the Jets, and he has hard ties to Minnesota. He was a former University of Minnesota Golden Gopher. He was a Breck High School graduate, and then he comes in and he's playing the asshole in this Game 4 against his hometown Minnesota Wild. Puts in the 3rd goal of the game, and the Jets have a commanding lead in the whiteout in Manitoba. Whiteout inside and whiteout outside as well. Wild have the face-off win in their own zone. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. Now Getzlaf out of the box finally has the puck and loses it to Daddy Demers. Jason Demers skates that into the Wild zone. Demers has it below the circle shot, and that's another goal for the Winnipeg Jets as they are flying away with this one. Take a look at Mickey Moose, the mascot of the Winnipeg Jets, a holdover from Manitoba Moose, former Minnesota Moose team, and Mickey Moose was actually the original mascot of the Minnesota Moose as well. So a lot of ties in this game between Minnesota and Winnipeg/Manitoba, but right now it's the Jets pushing the Wild shit in on this one, as it is 4-1 in the first period. Andrew Kopp gets a big goal on that one. 4-1 in its 5:09 mark of the first period. Jets have the puck. Jack Roslovic loses it after a big hit. The Wild take it into the zone. I believe that is Zuccarello. Nice pass to Eric Holla with a snipe, and it's a goal. 4-2. The Wild are showing some form of life in this one. Mickey Moose doesn't lick it, but fuck him, man. Screw you. You're not part of Minnesota anymore. You are the enemy, as Eric Holla, another former Golden Gopher, will snipe that right past Connor Hellebuck over his blocker side. Connor Hellebuck, will lose that in the racket, and he will lose that short side on the low side. That's the end of the first period. The Jets still have a 4-2 lead in this game, so the Wild have to bounce back. We got to get something going in the second period. Hopefully we see some life and some resurgence from the Wild, or else this is going to be a tough series to come back to. 4-2 after one. Let's see how we are in the second period. Wild have a face-off to the left of Talbot. 4-2 still in the second. Wild have it. Parisi up to Zuccarello. Zuccarello's got that into the own zone, into the slot. Zurich Parisi with a shot and rebound, and that's into the net as the Jets knock that in on.
He started crying like a little baby.
Doesn't like it, but fuck you, bro. We got Zach Parisi with his 6th goal of the playoffs, and he's going to get a lucky bounce as it just hits Hellebuck. Derek Forbert still fucking pigeon from that big fight. Bambi Legs knocks it in on his own goalie off his skate, and he's upset about it, but you know what? It still counts on the board, bro. That's the end of the second period, though. The Wild cannot get a tied-up period going into the third. It's 3-4 as the Wild need some help in this last period. Hopefully we can tie it up and take this to OT. It's always a tough one in playoffs in OT. There's 4-3. Let's see if we can do it. 11:05 of the third. Jets have a power play. That's a shocker. Soucy's got the puck, passes that up. That is Nick Foligno. He'll lose that, and the Jets got it going the other way. Scheifele has the puck into the slot, over to Blake Wheeler. Blake Wheeler, big save from Talbot. Honka Burnin' Love passes that up, and the Wild lose it as Nick Foligno tried to get cute. Brian Little over to Josh Morrissey, the cocksucker he is. Brian Little has it, takes a shot and saved by Cam Talbot. Releases that rebound, and the Wild have it the other way. Nick Foligno has lost the puck in the neutral zone. What Jets have it now. Pass over. Paul Stastny with a backhandy snipe, and that is 5-3. And the wheels are coming off in this game. Paul Stastny, his second of the game, second of the playoffs, on the PP. The Wild can't stay out of that god dang box. And Stastny for the Hart, you must be smoking some good ganja, because that is not going to happen in this league ever. Paul Stastny, MVP, never going to happen. Never in this life, but he will get his second goal of the playoffs against the Wild. That's a great shot of that Stastny goal. Great camera work. We got less than a minute left in game 4. The Jets are commanding lead 5-3, and we're going to pull the goalie Pionk over to Andrew Kopp.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Lead for the Jets. Mickey Moose is back to being happy. Of course you are. You got the lead. And the Jets have the terrible towels up in the air. His second goal of the game, Andrew Kopp, as he will get the empty netter, make it 5-3. And actually, to be honest, the Jets are going to get another one in this game. I can't even see it. I can't even show it. It's going to be brutal, and this game is absolutely awful. But Jack Roslovic gets a little injured on a small bump. I don't really know. How could you be that much of a pussy, Jack? But you know what? You're going to take a small bump and go off. We got 3-1.
You're a complete fucking flop, bud.
3-7. That's right. I forgot to tell you about that goal. I did tell you. It's 9 seconds left. The Wild have no chance. 4 seconds left on the clock. It's 3-7. Not good. That's a big save from Connor Hellebuck. And that is going to be the end of game 4. The Wild go down in the series 3-1. And we have a tough mountain to climb, a Mount Everest-like peak to come back from. But let's remind you, the one time the Wild were in the playoffs, one of the few times, they came back from 2, not 1, but 2, 3-1 deficits to come back and win the series. So there's always life in the Twin Cities after a 3-1 series. Let's see how this is. Let's take a look at these ugly ass highlights of the Jets winning and the whiteout. The Jets fans are real happy. Not a happy camper about this game. Adam Lowry gets that 7th goal, which I didn't show you because
I'd rather be watching a hobo jerk off.
I don't really give a fuck. And to be honest, I don't really care that I didn't show you the one goal of this game. 7-3. The Jets gape us. That's pretty much all we can say about that one. They just gaped us on the power play, and they're going to send us home with our tails between our legs. So let's go to Game 5 now at home, and hopefully we can prevail and get a win, or else that's the end of the season for the Minnesota Wild. We're just going to go in the regular green jerseys, the Jets in their regular white jerseys, and there's going to be no fuss, no muss. Let's get this going at the Xcel Energy Center. We're 5-5 on the playoff series. The Jets are stomping us. 7-2 records right now against their opponents. Cam Talbot 5-5 record, and Connor Hellebuck 7-1-1 record. We're gonna jump to the first period, 15:54 mark. Face off to the right of Hellebuck. Holla at the face-off. He will lose that. Neil Pionk has it now in the corner. Pionk will lose that, but the Wild intercept. Soucy with a nice pass over, and that's the first goal of the game as Matt Zuccarello, the Norwegian Hobbit, will get his second goal of the playoffs from a gorgeous cross ice pass from Carson Soucy. The Minnesota Duluth Bulldog defenseman will get a nice apple on that goal, and the Wild will jump to the first lead of this game. Connor Hellebuyck could just not stretch over fast enough, and Zook will put that right into the back of the net for the first goal of the game. Let's see how we do in the rest of this game. The Wild are on the PP. They just get jumped on for a 2-minute PP. It's 14-16 of the first period. The Jets dump that right back into the Wild zone. Fiala has it behind the net. He'll pass that, intercepted by the Jets, but Nick Foligno has it along the boards. Now Sami Niku will dump that right into the Wild zone and getting some pressure from number 17 of the Jets. The Jets haven't know that is Trevor Lewis. Adam Lowry will go around and snipe that right past Cam Talbot along the ice. It's not really a snipe, but just puts that in, out muscles the entire Wild defense. He will get his third of the playoffs, and it's still now 1-1 as Adam Lowry, son of Dave Lowry, former NHL player, will get his third of the playoffs to tie it up in the first period. Jets Wild 1-1. This is not looking good as the Jets are just showing their muscle in this game so far. We're in the first period still 1-1, Wild and Jets. Wild on the PP, and a huge clap bomb from almost the tops of the circles. Zach Parise with another snipe in this one. He will get a great goal from last game. He will get his 7th in this playoffs, and it was on the PP. Zach Parise showing up big for his hometown team, and Zach Parise will make this 2-1. In the first period. He goes to Jared from the tops of the circles. Definitely had to get a lot of muscle on that one. Goes top titty as well. Connor Hellebuyck had no chance at that one. And look at that face sweater for Zach Parise. Definitely not known for his beard work, but holy shit, that face salad, you could get a gorgeous vinaigrette on that one, and it would be luscious. The Wild have the puck in the first period. We got Nick Foligno tries to dangle, and that's a shot from Bones Bonino. Patrick Laine has it. Now they're on the PP. The Jets, 5 seconds left on the PP, 13 seconds left in the first, and that's a shot saved by Cam Talbot. Shifley in the corner has the puck over to Ehlers. Ehlers over to Wheeler, and Wheeler will tie it up 2-2 right in the waning seconds of the first period as the Jets tie it up 2-2. Fifth goal of the playoffs for the Breck High School native, and he will tie it up in his home state as he just drove the net, and Ryan Suter could not handle Blake Wheeler's speed and muscle. Take a look at that Wild fan in front. That's how I feel right now watching this god-awful playoff series and effort from the Wild. Zook makes it 1-0, and then Zach Parise gets it for the second goal of the period. Take a look at the Jets' first goal, and then their second goal is Blake Wheeler's. That was not a great one to give up for the Wild. Let's go to the second period. 7-11 in the second. Face-off loss to Derek Forbert. Now has it over to Adam Lowry, who had the first goal of the game for the Jets. Trevor Lewis passes that over, and now the Jets are taking it out of their zone. Matthew Perreault has it. He's going to take a snipe over the glove hand of Cam Talbot, and this guy is getting shelled. Too bad right now. We might have to make a switch in the third period, put in some big cock energy as we are going to try to change up the morale, the vibe of the locker room. Cam Talbot's going to get the rest of this period, but that was just a god-awful goal that he needed the glove save, or else we are going to go home early in this playoffs. Matthew Perreault scores that one, and it's 3-2. That Wild fan, just how I feel right now. That is my mood. Wild are down 3-2 and going into the third for the final period of their playoffs if they cannot put one on the board for this game. It's game 5 in the playoffs. Hopefully we can come back. Let's jump into the third period. Like I said, Cam Talbot's going to get changed, so we're going to go hashtag Big Cock Energy. Capo cocking and jumping in between the pipes. He's going to get the third stanza of this one. Hopefully change up the luck of this game. 3-2 in the third. 20 hits for the Jets, 14 for the Wild. We got to bring up that physical game. Dumba loses that at center ice, and now Andrew Kopp has it. Passes that over to Appleton. I don't know who the fuck that is. Neil Pionk comes in and just snipes that right over Capo Cockin's glove hand. That looks just like Cam Talbot back there. So to be honest, we just got nothing. Nordy is not feeling good about this one. Neil Pionk gets his second goal of the playoffs, and the wheels have come off the bus in Minnesota as the Wild are now down 4-2 in the third period in a do or die game. Where else if we're going to go to tea time tomorrow, or we're going to go back to Winnipeg if we can come out with a big win. We got 3 goals to go, or else we're done. So let's see how we're doing. We're in the third period, 6 minutes left in the third. Jets have the puck, and it does not look good. Wild have it. Perreault passes that back to the point. Intercepted and stolen. That is Moose Foligno. He's going to take that back. That's a shot from Bukestad, and that's a rebound goal from Marcus Foligno. Moose gets that rebound, and we got a little bit of life still back in this one. He'll get his second of the playoffs at the 14:33 mark of the third, and it's 4-3. Wild are still down, but the pulse is still jolting, and maybe we can come back in this one, get us back to OT. Maybe that'd be great. If we don't, we're donezo in playoffs. All right, that is going to be the final minute of the period, and the Wild have an empty goal mouth back there. The Jets are going to control the puck, try to just hold on to it a little bit. The Wild stole it. That's Carson Soucy, loses that along the boards to Blake Wheeler. That pass to the middle, that's a shot to the miss of the open net, as it was just a carom dump into the corner. Wild pass that over. Haula over to Ryan Suter across the top. Soucy passes that back over, and that's a shot and save from Connor Hellebuck. We got 17 seconds left in the season for the Minnesota Wild. 4-3 in Minnesota in St. Paul at the Xcel Energy Center. So hopefully we can pull this off, or this is going to be the final game of the first year of the Wild franchise here on Dynasty Central Sports. Back to that is Sorelli with a shot and block, and now that is Honka Burnin' Love pass and shot and blocked in front. Mark Scheifele has it. The Wild have it in front and shot. Ryan Hartman, no! That's a big save from Connor Hellebuck, and that's held in the corner. That is the end of the game. The Winnipeg Jets are the winner in the second round, and the Minnesota Wild go down in 5 games against the Winnipeg Jets. We only get one big win over that. Game 1, and now the Jets 4 straight wins over the Minnesota Wild. We're going to have to see how the roster forms over the offseason. We got a couple rentals that might not be coming back. Say goodbye to Ryan Getzlaf. Say goodbye to possibly Nick Foligno. We got some free agents coming up on the market for our contracts. But that's going to be all in next episode. We got the offseason. All of the offseason, the NHL draft we're going to have next episode, and we're going to have all the offseason moves that me, in my first offseason as the Minnesota Wild GM, Wasty, is going to make all his moves to hopefully form this roster into a winning playoff roster. But thank you for watching this. We come down and lose in the second round to the Winnipeg Jets. Let's sim to find out who the winner of the Stanley Cup is. The Tampa Bay Lightning will back-to-back championship Stanley Cup winners, as they will win it. The Lehigh Valley Phantoms will win the AHL Kelly Cup. No, not Kelly Cup. That is the ECHL Championship. Anyways, thank you for watching this episode. Come back for episode 9. We got off-season and NHL draft action. A lot of management moves in that episode. Number 9. Smash like down below. Hit subscribe. Throw us a comment. Love to hear from you on Instagram or Twitter. And thank you for watching, supporting Dynasty Central Sports. Appreciate it, and we'll see you later.